Hello and welcome to today. For those that don't know me, my name is Pix Jonasson. I'm a speaker, coach, author, trainer, and also podcast host of The Couragepreneur. And today it's my absolute honour and privilege to interview the amazing Professor Dr. Simmy Kataria. Hello, Simmy. How are you?
Hello, Pix. It's great to be here and with you and with your people. Thank you so much for inviting me. So honored.
Thank you for coming on. And for those watching the recording today, I'd like to share that Simmy and I met through KP Singh and a beautiful Indian thought leadership program of Opui. And I had the privilege of speaking at a confluence and then subsequently emceeing with Dr. Kunal Saxena. And Simmy's been instrumental in that company and that thought leadership program. I loved her style. And so me being me, I reached out and said, Simmy, I want to learn more about neuroplasticity. So voila, here we are. Hey, Simmy.
So, fundamentally, in terms of neuroplasticity, we first start with what is a neuron. We all know, people get very, very, confused and because it's the brain. And even people like who are neurobehavioral scientists only know 2% yet. If you just scratch the surface. But really, what is a neuron? Neuron is just a nerve cell. And that is by birth. It does not increase. When we talk about the it's the connectedness of the brain cells which is called synapses, and which creates the triggers that develops all your life. You're born with neurons, but it's the synapses, the interconnectedness, and those create the triggers, and thus comes neuroplasticity. So what about neuroplasticity? Neuroplasticity is really about, like a plastic surgeon, how he really crafts your face to look more beautiful. Neuroplasticity is to change your positive thought process to your negative thought process to positive thought process, or whatever you desire. It is possible to manifest it if you desire it. So neuroplasticity is really about changing your brain chemistry, brain behavior. So neurobehavior comes out of that.
Yeah. And if I can just add to that, Simmy, a lot of people think that you can only do that via potions and lotions and pills, but you can actually do that without that, can't you?
Yes, absolutely, because the synapses keep growing, and the behavior, it depends on the triggers. It's basically you deposit your thought samples. Of course, it's got to be done with an expert who knows how, cognitive thought processes and how, like, for example, you're having a conversation and you have a conversation which says, I can't do this. So one has to take that, I can't do this, and
turn it
make it
around.
into I can do it. A simple example. And that has to continue on sticking for some time. It has to continue. At least the minimum cycle is 21 days
21
of
days to build a habit. Exactly, Simmy.
basic. For example, if you are not a morning person and you want to wake up early, you want to wake up at 5 o'clock and you want to make that happen, the first 21 days are going to be tough for you. You might need 20 alarms or somebody hitting your head. But on the 22nd day, if you force yourself to continue on doing it, on the 22nd day, you actually do wake up at 5 o'clock by yourself.
Yes.
So it's really about doing the work, understanding your brain, understanding the neuro triggers. Neuro triggers are the what makes us positive and changes us around is the synapses, interconnectedness. And that's the light bulbs that, we say, wow factor, the aha factor, the light bulbs going on. So all your neuro triggers. So fundamentally, we can change, we can transform, and we can sustain transformation. You can have desired goals, achieve desired goals. So neuroplasticity is not only for the mental wellness, it's acrossly used for coaching, for counseling, for advising, and now it's going much more into the real world.
Absolutely. And you also touched on neurobehavior, Simi. So how is neuroplasticity different to neurobehavior?
Neurobehavior is the big picture. I mean, how neuroplasticity is the thing think about these networks going around. Okay, think about the networks, and those networks are going in and out, and they're changing. The way new synapses are coming. We have trillions of them going on in our head. Trillions. We still don't. We only know 2% that we have trillions. It
Yes.
might be more. So basically, what is the difference in neuroplasticity versus neurobehavior? Is that neuroplasticity is a modality to bring about the neurobehavioral
Yeah.
impact. So neurobehavior is the science and neuroplasticity is the modality. There are other modalities also like NLP, the mind mapping,
Mhm.
the various other modalities. But these are just methods to get to change the neurobehavior patterns.
Yeah. I've got a beautiful friend and we actually did a mind map and it's actually behind me. And I've had 3 or 4 house moves and my beautiful mind map has come with me because it's who I am. It's what I do, what I love. And so, I mean, we can all have goals and drive and ambition, but that really hasn't changed. I've just simply added to it. So a mind map helps keep me focused with my brain as well. And that's part of the neuroplasticity, because the neurons that wire together, fire together. And when you start putting positive input and reinforcement in your brain, that helps that absolute behavior
Absolutely,
change, doesn't it, Simi?
absolutely, absolutely. You got
Yeah,
that right.
yeah.
So it's fundamentally, there are lots of modalities
Mm-hmm.
to behavior. So neuroplasticity, one of them, NLP, one of them, mind mapping, another them, neurobics is another them. How do you jog your brain, for productivity? So there's
Mm-hmm.
neurobic. There are various modalities towards the whole spectrum of neurobehavior.
Yeah. So basically, you're touching on the ways that people can improve their neuroplasticity towards their neurobehavior. So you've mentioned NLP, mind mapping, and neurobit. So what other ways can people improve it, Simi?
What else? I'm sorry, I didn't get the last
What other
question.
ways can people improve either their neuroplasticity or their neurobehavior to achieve positive change?
Towards positive change, there is first things first is obviously to understand to understand your neurobehavior, to understand where your triggers are coming from, where your patterns are, to understand you first. So there is an assessment called your brain.
Mm-hmm.
So we assess individuals' brains first. And on that basis, there is an innovative intervention roadmap.
Sorry.
You,
Speaking of intervention, we had a slight intervention there with unstable internet. So you were talking
yes.
about intervention, Simi. So go
See,
ahead.
I think you have a new insight now because of this innovative intervention of the brain of the computer.
Right on cue. Law of vibration, absolutely at work, Simi. That's for sure.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So to bring about positive change, I would say it is positive. It's possible. It's at any time, at any age. It's not that you're too old or too young.
Yeah.
It's just your neurons that are born and which don't change. But everything else inside the mechanics of the brain working,
we can
it's
change.
changing, is dynamic.
Yeah, there's a
And
saying, Simmy, that you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Well, we do know now you can actually, can't you?
you can. And I'm
Yeah.
doing it every day.
And sometimes as us of mature age, we have to unlearn to relearn. Whereas,
Absolutely.
yeah,
And with neuroplasticity, you've got to unlearn a lot of, undo a lot of habits,
yes,
patterns which emerge from you. So you got to undo that. For example, if I want to, like my whole example about getting up in the morning at 5 o'clock and I can't do that, the pattern, I mean, it's effort. It has to be, it has to be matched by understanding. It has to be matched by conscious,
yeah,
consistent effort.
effort.
And then
Yeah,
the effort is important. Taking action is important. But
that's so.
understanding yourself is really
Mm,
not yourself as but your inside self.
yeah, yeah,
And
exactly.
everybody is unique. I mean, some people go from point A to point B, and so in 21 days, some people have, there is regression and progression because
Yes.
everybody's brain is unique. The synapses are not. Some people's connectivity is not that fast.
That's right, exactly. So we've just really touched on the amazing concept of neuroplasticity and neurobehavior, Simi, and I know you're heavily involved with tabular tabula rasa consulting. So is that the best way for people to contact you, Simi, if they want more information?
Yes, the best place is Tabla Rasa because my associate, Dr. Noor Fatima, is
Yes.
also a new behavioral scientist.
Mm-hmm.
We both are in this mission together to make the world a happier place. And
Absolutely.
yeah, so we all are, working really hard to bring about the positive changes in people's lives.
Yeah, and I
And
will add to our audience that Simi and I are in a number of different WhatsApp chats, and Simi is always adding such beautiful positive quotes or images or stories, and so I love it. So thank you so much, Simi. I really appreciate your time. As I said, we've just touched on this much of neuroplasticity and neurobehavior and about neurons. So we really appreciate your involvement tonight. Thank you very much. And as I said, for those that want to contact Professor Dr. Simmy Kataria, you can go to Tabula Rasa Consulting. That's TABULARASA Consulting, and that's .net, isn't it, Simmy?
correct. Yes.
Yeah. So
And
thank,
if
thank
there's
you
any
very much.
more from your fans, we can do another session, a more specific session.
Fantastic.
If you need more information, we are there. We are
Thank you
here to
so
make
much.
the world a better place.
Yeah, and Simi is on the social. She's on Facebook. She's on LinkedIn. So please feel free to reach out to Professor Dr. Simmy Kataria, tuning in all the way from Mumbai. And this has been Pix Jonasson, tuning in all the way from DY. So thank you so much. Wishing you a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are on this amazing planet. Stay well,
And
stay
you can
happy, and you're
fix it.
amazing.
And you can fix it.
You can fix it. I love that. Thanks, Simi.
All right, take it.
Bye.